Hello and welcome to this Two Fat Ladies, episode 88 of Clear and Oblivious, an NFL podcast. My name is Gareth Waugh. I am one of your hosts. I am joined, as always, by my co-host, the lovely Ryan Cullen.
And fellow bingo collar lover as well.
Well, now, here's the thing. Do you reckon you can still say that at the bingo?
288, two fat ladies? I don't know.
Absolutely not. There's no fucking way that you're
Can't do a legs 11. What about them poor Vietnamese boys?
Aye. Well, it's sexist, isn't it? And very briefly, our producer Mark is here, but probably will be leaving.
Yeah, but not for long. Apparently, I've just googled it. The new 88 there's a new bingo call for the number 88.
Oh,
you're not gonna like
Hairy
it.
Bikers.
Nope. Wills and Kate.
What it?
88.
Oh,
As
golly.
in William and Kate Middleton. Yeah.
Oh my Jesus Christ! They're taking the royal family's taking over bingo now as well.
Yeah.
What's the world called to?
83.
What's the fucking world called it to?
83 it used to be time for tea. It is now gluten free. 83.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God! This is fucking.
Me and my girlfriend.
These fucking liberals ruining bingo for everyone.
Me and my girlfriend had an argument one Christmas about what was weirder: the fact that I had never ridden a horse, or the fact that she had never played bingo. And as we're having the argument, I went, "This is very, very telling of both our classes."
Yeah, like most people haven't ridden a horse, have they?
I've done neither.
Oh, you've never played bingo, Mark?
Nope.
I've done both.
You've done both. You're Irish, innit?
You're fucking.
Wait, there's a horse schoolie thing. Horse schoolie. There's a horse school beside my house, and they bring people down onto the beach and shit and ride them around.
And play bowling. And do bingo.
Aye, same person does the bingo. Does it from a horse.
Bingo and
goes in
horseback,
between the galloping down between it.
Grand.
Big week for racists.
Do you want to finish your toast there, Gareth?
Nope. I've just woken up. I've just woken up after doing night shifts, right?
I have absolutely flustered him. I've absolutely flustered him. He's like, I can need sustenance.
And
then he started shouting.
I was starving, and there's no cereal, and there was there's no bread, actually, right? This bread that I'm eating is the two heels of the loaf. So I'm eating not even real food.
Big, thick slice.
The heel is reserved for ducks, and I am eating it. I believe Mark's gone.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, no, he's back. Oh, okay.
Yes, big week for racists. England lost to Italy, which meant that racists came out in force.
They had nothing else to turn on, so they had to turn on themselves.
Yeah,
it's like, what else can we smash? Oh, just each other now because we've lost.
And let's not pretend that we're not all absolutely fucking delighted with the result. However, Gareth Southgate and the England team, quite hard to hate. This all came in the same week where a guest on Joe Rogan said that black people have a gene that makes them more predetermined to violence. So,
Jesus, who?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know the guy's
some
name.
nerdy looking fella. I don't know who he is.
The clip is horrific. Anyway, what it does mean though is that
it's probably Joe Rogan's DMT dealer.
Yeah, if somebody can go on a podcast and say something like that, I think it pretty much means that we on this podcast are uncancelable.
Yeah, uncancelable.
Because, we'll joke about some pretty horrific things that NFL players do, but we're never going to claim that black people are genetically violent.
Aye. It all had it had that whole thing. It had that vibe of fucking Leonardo DiCaprio and Django Unchained with a skull. It had a lot of that type of feelings going on. I'm like, why is anybody watching this?
Yeah,
It sounds like something that a really shit one season NFL coach would tell his players about how he wants his players to be on defense. I need you to be genetically violent.
Oh my, that's like there's a lot of moments like that in Not All or Nothing. What's the one I like?
Hard Knocks.
Not Hard Knocks. Last Chance U.
Yes.
Remember they always in Last Chance U. There's always like a white coach saying a couple of things, and you just go, ooh. He's toeing the line there with that one. I can hear him. I can't even remember him.
Don't call them boy.
I can't remember that angry dude. And then I remember one time they were like, "Why you scream at them like that?" And I remember this guy was like, "I grew up on the streets with all black people." I go, "It doesn't make it okay. Doesn't make it okay."
Yeah. There actually has been quite a bit of NFL news for us to talk about. We have been praying for the off season to start and for some stuff to happen, and now it has, and I don't feel great about it. Yeah, I really don't feel great about it.
When it came, I just went, "Oh, what have we done?"
What is it about Ben Roethlisberger trying to lose a bit of timber that you don't like?
Oh, that's very funny.
It turned up to training like Willian.
There's quite a few bits of news that we would tend to cover on here. By which I mean Barkevious Mingo is a pedo.
Oh, right. I actually forgot about that too. All right, we do have news. I have a news story too. Remind me too. But hold on, we'll get through these at one at a time. Where are we starting? There's so
much to start with, right? We've got Barkevious. Here, you can decide, Cullen. Barkevious Mingo is a pedo, right?
Right.
Richard Sherman has been arrested for burglary.
Yeah.
Tamorian Terry, I don't know if you know him.
Nope.
He was a Seahawks wide receiver. Has been arrested for murder. And
Dwayne Haskins got beaten up by his wife.
Yep. There's
and Ben Roethlisberger is trying to not be a tubby fuck.
Sweet. Right. Well, we'll start with Roethlisberger, and we'll start.
I think we should. Oh yeah, start late. Yeah, I was going to say I think we should end with that because
okay,
I doubt we're going to have a lot to say about the other things other than they happened. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Do that then. We'll go your side.
So, like I said, Barkevious Mingo.
They don't start the news off with like, "Here's some lovely ducks," and then they go on and go, "COVID has killed 40 million people."
Yeah.
So yes, Barkevious Mingo has been arrested for being noncery. Is that the thing? You're arrested for noncery? In fact,
child sex offence case, but yeah.
A noncery rhyme.
But Atlanta Falcons have released him, which
already released.
Fair enough.
I keep forgetting he played for the Falcons. I still have him as a Chicago Bear.
I still have him as a Patriot.
No, yeah.
Was he a Patriot?
Yeah, we had him for a year.
Was he back in the day? Look at that. The Mingo.
The allegation is that he pulled a teenage boy's underwear down while he was asleep.
Oh no!
Which is very fucking grim, isn't it?
Jesus Christ. Well, listen, just give me a second, because I've still, as much as we say it's grim, I write jokes about that every fucking day. No. Well, that is shocking. We were sitting going, remember though, we were just like, we just need unregistered, I'm pretty sure we just need firearms, we need domestic violence, and now we've just had a pedo murder and a fucking everything in one go. We're like, oh,
too much.
It all built up like you held the cord in the mic.
Yeah, the NFL were started pouring milk into our tea and said, "Say when," and we were like, "When?"
I don't understand that accent.
Spread out.
Fucking hell! I just thought, anytime I see I'm glad you told me what type of nonsense, because there's always, every time I hear the stories, I'm like, no, what's he done now? What is it though?
Well,
was it chasing a kid through the woods, or was it messaging 15-year-olds? Was it
the Lee Griffiths?
You know what I mean?
Well,
allegedly,
it's when you hear a story like this, my head always goes to, he has 20,000 images on his computer.
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't get that.
And it's always fucking hundreds of thousands.
This is perfect. You're very true here. It's always like 16 terabytes have been found. You're like, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a comedian maybe does this as a bit, but it is exactly. It's so accurate. It's never like they had 20 photos on their. It's always like 20. Yeah, like more that you're like, Jesus Christ, that's more than like IBM has in their company storage stuff. Like, why have you got so much?
It's always hard drives, plural. Do you think though, like when they when they raid the house, they're like, I wonder what we're looking for, and they open up a drawer and it just has like 15 external hard drives, and they go, I bet we should start here.
Yeah.
I reckon we should start right here.
Strange for somebody to have this many.
It's all my Studio Ghibli, please.
Aye. These are all my LimeWire files from 10 years ago.
Fucking LimeWire. You try to get, what is it? You try to get a fucking, the latest D12 song, and you end up with somebody murdered in a Japanese forest.
Yeah. Superb. The good old days. Anyway, Barkevius Mingo could face up to 20 years in jail.
Jesus Christ.
And
off you fucking pop.
Yeah. Bye-bye. And we look forward to continuing to use your name and say my name whenever we have an unknowledgeable guest. But, there we go. Barkevius Mingo, pedo. Allegedly. I don't know if...
It even sounds like a mythical pedo as well, his name. The Mingo.
I think if you've got a name that recognisable, you should not be doing anything to draw attention to yourself. And oh god, I was watching a clip of stand up today on Instagram. It's a comedian called Tom Cashman in Australia, and he was like, the lowest people in our society are pedophiles, and he went, the highest people in our society are like very, very like billionaires and celebrities, and he went, also pedos. He's like, so
that's great.
It's real all or nothing if you're a pedo. He's like, basically, if you want to be a pedo, go to uni, because if you're a billionaire, you'll probably be all right.
It's like it's full circle.
Yeah,
basically.
So that was story number one. Tamori and Terry. I mean, it's between him and another bunch of people, I think, for the murder charge.
It's between him. It's like we're chatting about like the Oscars. It's between 5 of them.
Yeah. So ex-Florida wide receiver Tamori and Terry is among 11 individuals last week who were indicted by Georgia grand jury on charges of murder. So it's from 2018. He used to get called Scary Terry. And, that's now very appropriate. So,
yeah.
But he was released by the Seahawks. So this was 2 weeks ago, actually. They released him straight away. Same as Same as the Barkevius Mingo thing. They were like, oh, no, you're gone. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I don't really care.
and also, probably not good enough anyway. Former Seahawk Richard Sherman apparently tried to break into his in-laws'
I couldn't really. I read the thing. It was something about he crashed the car and he tried to drive away from it, and then drove into an in-law's house. And
it's all. I mean, it's actually quite worrying. He's obviously not in a great place at all.
He isn't. He threatened to kill himself as well in the call, and then he. I did see a hilarious fucking tweet about. I can't tell if somebody put it in the Discord or was it on Twitter that I saw about him being a lockdown corner to a lock-up corner.
That's pretty good. It's annoying because I was really hoping he was going to come back, and now
that's all up in the air.
Yeah, because he was still good,
much like the garden plants. He is definitely sorry.
His numbers and stuff for the 49ers were still pretty good, and God knows that Seattle need a cornerback. So he'd spoke a little bit about it. He'd be like, "I'd be up for coming back." He'd said he was open to it, but it's not. It's not looking good.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's going to happen. That might take a while to sort that one out. It seems like it's very drastic.
Yeah, he's obviously going to need some help. And last but certainly not least, Ben Roethlisberger is decided at the ripe old age of, what is he, like 40?
39, I think he is, maybe. I don't actually know. He's always. I'm going to say 39 because he's always like 2 years younger than I think he is always.
Okay, let's have a look. Ben Roethlisberger age. He is 39. You're right.
Right. Okay. So, I got upset when Mark told me it. I was just like, why now?
Yeah.
I know he's like, I'll keep myself going, because I'm old now. And I'm like, you should have been doing. I love the NFL for the fact that you could be any body shape, big, tall thing. It's actually pretty cool. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy gets this guy massive, and it's like the only sport. You're like, yeah, well, he's very important. He's 200 million quid contract or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Big Ben to come in at 39 and go, I think I might just make myself a wee bit more. I'm like, you fucking. He knows that's how bad our offensive line is. He's like, fuck, I better lose some weight or I'm getting fucking tarnished.
Yeah, he said he's reportedly obsessed with his diet at the minute, which is very funny.
Aye, it is. Well, eating all them L's. We had like... we had Dwayne Haskins as well, actually. Dwayne Haskins also went through a little bit, or backup as well. His now... he's involved in it. I saw that. I only read the headline.
He was a victim of a crime.
He was the victim of the fucking domestic violence. I thought it was the perpetrator. And I just saw it and went, because it kept coming up like Sherman thing. And I was like, oh, here we go. Involved in the domestic violence case. And I went straight to, great, somebody's kicked the shit out of their wife again. But other way around this time.
Yeah. Which, let's face it, very horrible thing for anyone to go through. We're not ever going to joke about domestic violence victims. However, that being said, if you read a story about one of your players, you would rather that they were on the receiving end than the giving end.
Maybe you think she just keeps sacking him? That's how she gets him back. Denies him. He's like, she didn't put enough sugar in her tea, and then he's in the shower and he just sacks her, puts it clean through the.
Yeah, it comes
like,
on the blind side.
Spits on you, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Blind side, yeah.
Well, I mean,
so
maybe that's entirely wrong to say. However, I just mean like they're not going to be arrested. They're obviously not the bad person in the situation. It's all maybe a terrible way of making a point. Yeah, so I think it was in some hotel or something like that. Pretty horrible.
The whole hassle. I think they were renewing their vows as well, which is even more.
Oh right.
Which is even more of a maybe bad idea, people.
God, what did he say?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I suppose rather than I do.
I guess. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Why not?
But yeah, it's the opening line to this story is Big Ben might need a new nickname heading into 2021.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, he's still going to be a big boy, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, no. At the same time, it'll still be like, no, I think we got it. We know exactly what he's going to be.
So a source says that Ben is more likely to win his first league MVP than finish outside the top 10 in passing.
Yeah, okay. He never finishes outside the top 10 passing.
Yeah, fair enough.
I much prefer, you see, this is why people are always like giving out about Big Ben and stuff. You gotta let Big Ben go. As in, like, you gotta let him fly. Let him wet his beak. You don't want him doing that shit he was doing last year with all this controlled throws and shit. You gotta let him throw 3 interceptions a game. He'll score 7, but he will throw 3 interceptions. That's just going to have to happen.
Aye. Apparently he's got arthritis in both knees. Did you know that?
Oh, fuck, no, I actually didn't. His knee, he's always been mental. Remember times he's broken his knees and played on, and you're just like, go down, it's all right. We've got other boys. He's like, I'd rather none of them ever play.
Yeah, Ian Rappaport reported that he has arthritis in both knees. So
fucking hell.
Taking some weight off there will only help.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My God. We've got a 39-year-old double alleged. I'm doing that for legal reasons. Rapist with arthritis in both legs. Class. We're definitely getting a Super Bowl. No chance we aren't.
Yeah.
But Dwayne Haskins, we have. There's also rumors though today. I hope they get him. The Steelers are after Mitchell Schwartz. Who's who you'll know from Kansas City, one of the best linesmen. He's too old now, and I wanted to bring this up because I don't know what it is, and I refuse to Google it. So Mitchell Schwartz, he missed 10 games last year for Kansas because of what they called and they have to wait for the medical records for the Steelers kind of sign him, is a bulky back.
A what?
They get easy. He was out for 10 games with a bulky back. BALKAY. Bulky back. What the fuck was a bulky back?
I'll look up. Why not?
Why the fuck? I don't want it. I feel like it's something like mumps.
Bulky. refusing or likely to refuse to proceed to act or function as directed. So his back was on strike, essentially. He had a bulky back. There is a huge rumour, actually, came out yesterday that I've missed, and I've just spotted it now. Adam Schefter, who's the NFL's, he's an insider. He's a journal. Has apparently claimed that the Eagles are still in for Deshaun Watson.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Well, that's a brave move, isn't it? Eagles are like, we got to keep up our shit fucking reputation. Got to keep up the shit cunt reputation, guys. Let's go for him.
He said the Eagles are more equipped to make a run at Deshaun Watson than any team out there.
My God.
I'm operating under the assumption that this will somehow be settled, or he will serve as discipline from the league, whatever the punishment he has come in, that is fair and just. And once that is done, I just think at that point in time, to me, the Philadelphia Eagles should be waiting. So sounds like he knows something. It sounds like the Eagles are waiting to hear.
He's going to end up in massage parlors in Philadelphia asking for the Philly special, no?
Yeah. Little cheesesteak.
Little cheesesteak.
Yeah.
But, yep, that's pretty much it. I have a little bit of a funny little NFL story.
Okay,
right?
Please, because we need it. I feel a bit gross after all those.
We got it right. So, right, if you listened to the Patreon episode recently, I did the Vanilla Vancouvers, which was basically the most bland, boring players I could think of all in a team.
We had stuff like Carlos Hyde was your running back.
Yeah.
It was all players that are pretty unremarkable.
Like Zach
That's the
Moss.
nice way I would say. Yeah, exactly.
And stuff like that. Okay. So when I said this, my main wide receiver is Devin Funchess in the team. I think Devin Funchess is the most boring man in the world. Like, boring player, boring everything.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read out an article I saw this morning. It's so ridiculous. It sounds like Devin Funchess heard our podcast and now is out there in some sort of PR mission to save himself, right? Are you ready?
Yes.
So this is from TMZ Sports, and this is how the article, I'll not read the headline. I'll read just the article. Move over, Gronkowski. Green Bay Packers wide receiver Devin Funchess just came through and set a new world record for the longest ever helicopter catch at 750 feet, and he did it in his house slippers.
What's a helicopter? Did he catch a helicopter?
Yeah, I'm afraid that would be real impressive.
No,
Somebody's chucked the ball out of a helicopter into like the Broncos stadium and he caught it.
Oh. I feel like that's quite an easy thing to do.
It's not, and it's not, in a way, it's not. It's because he also took him like 20 goes because he just went trying to look for a ball and then lands the complete other side of the field, because there's a guy chucking it out of it.
I see.
I'm
not that impressed with it.
I just laughed at the fact that it sounded like he was trying to do a PR stunt every day. Like tomorrow, next week, he'd be like, "Oh, he's going to fucking, I'm not boring."
Yeah,
says Devin Funchess in retaliation to a Patreon episode of Clearing.
Look, watch me do some stuff.
He joins Nitro Circus.
That's fair enough. If that would be the funniest thing ever. If we had beef with Devin Funchess, I would absolutely love that.
But basically, yeah. So it isn't that impressive either. I thought it was when I first read it.
I'm sure it's hard. Like, I love watching those Dude Perfect videos. You ever seen those?
Is that like the people are awesome videos?
Kind of. These dudes just like make unbelievable throws, and there's like there's another group of guys called How Ridiculous in Australia. So they'll like go on top of a stadium and throw balls off it and try and like see who can throw shit the furthest and stuff. It's all very good.
I love that. Yeah,
it is. It's pretty good. But anyway, the main thing that we are here to talk about on the podcast today is the NFC West. We were originally supposed to have a couple of guests on for this. However, life does not find a way. So it's just me and Cullen. We're going to be speaking about this. Although I think we're fairly well equipped to talk about this division. So for those of you that are a bit more casual and you're watching the NFL, the NFC West is, of course, the division that features the Seattle Seahawks, the LA Rams, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Arizona Cardinals. So, my division, really.
This is going to be interesting.
I think it's, a very strong division.
It is. This is going to be strange. Like, even the weaker teams have all got either pieces back or new, better pieces. You know what I mean? Much better.
All the quarterbacks are pretty good. With the exception of, Jimmy G.
But even he's probably going to...
And, I mean, how long is he going to be the number one? It'll probably be Trey Lance that takes over there. Who knows? Yet to be seen. Well, let's start with, then, in that case, let's start with the Cardinals, actually, because they're quite easy to talk about. They've done some pretty cool stuff in the old off-season. They've signed some good pieces. They've put some stuff together. Kyler Murray's a very good quarterback.
This is their boomer bust season, because they've like there's so much contracts go out at the end of this season, if you know what I mean, and they've just added in JJ and people like JJ Watt and stuff like that, and they've even got people like that. They're just ramming it in. I don't know. I think they've made a balls of their receiver core, though. Not a balls of, but they keep adding people like they bought AJ Green, didn't they? And I mean, what is wrong with Christian Kirk? That's all I'm saying. Every time I see him, he's brilliant. They're always just trying their best to get rid of him. Andy Isabella too, another decent player.
Yeah, and of course DeAndre Hopkins also there.
Aye, big Hopkins.
So they're pretty stacked. The last year they had Kenyon Drake as the running back. I'm not sure who it is that they've got in a minute. So that's maybe
probably still David Johnson or something.
You know what? I should have had this up in front of me before, but let me just get the NFC West Cardinals draft. Let's see how they did on that. So the let's have a look. Oh, I've ended up on AZ Central, which I don't think is going to give us a very fair, unbiased looking stuff.
Plus.
So I'm going on to Fox Sports. Let's have a look and see who they all added again, because I can't remember off the top of my head. They got a C+, according to Fox Sports. They got Isaiah Simmons, who is very, very good. Very good defensive player.
That was last year's, wasn't it? That's 2020.
Oh yeah, 1 year after. Sorry, you're exactly right.
He was the one that they kept going. He's a freak. He can do everything.
That's very funny that you've used boomer bust, because that's how they described this their draft. They've been given a boomer bust thing. But yeah, they've added a few pieces, and particularly their free agency. I think they did pretty well.
It's their big one. I mean, it's going to be a nightmare to deal with. I can't. They're going for the Super Bowl, I think, because I don't know. They're hoping that Kyler Murray will probably be less rookie-like, even though he's been great. But sometimes he just looks like a...
See, I don't think he takes a step on. I think he's as good as we're going to see, which is good, which is very good. But I can't see him getting better again.
I love him. I think he's the only running quarterback I like.
Yeah, I like him a lot as well. But again, it's they're such a weird team, the Cardinals. Like, sometimes you watch them, you go, "Oh my god, this team is unbelievable," and then other times you watch them, go, "Oh,
flat."
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, everything you are doing.
Again, it's another one of them teams that I said, like a FIFA Ultimate team, where there's just loads of pieces. They're all class, but none of them is where the chemistry little thing works, if you know what I mean. But so we'll see how that goes. But
you've got to imagine it's a coaching problem, really, for them now.
Aye.
Because, you're right, the pieces are all there. And I always think if the pieces are there and you've got all these unbelievable players, then the only other place to look is the coach.
Yeah. I think they're going to go far. I think they're going to easily hit the playoffs this year. And I'll tell you at the end where I have them, but I think they'll be good. I mean, I just can't see them not be good, if you know what I mean, even if they had a couple of injuries around. They've only gotten better from last year and more experienced. And it was their young players that needed to catch up. So we'll see how it goes. I think Chandler Jones as well is back. He was out most of last year. I mean, not only is JJ Watt there, it's also Chandler Jones is back. So, I mean, that's a whole different fucking beast trying to, calm that shit down.
Yeah, exactly. So next we'll go to the LA Rams. Probably the most hated team on the podcast.
Yeah.
Between us all, we all don't really like them.
Yeah.
So I know they're quite a popular team, so if you're a Rams fan listening, go fuck yourself. No, I mean, they're a very, very good team. The biggest move, obviously, was going from Goff to Stafford, which is quite an upgrade.
They're going to ruin my favourite quarterback. They're going to ruin him.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. They're going to fucking tarnish him for me.
It's such a weird one, right? Because, like, I don't really know what to expect. Like, Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp are, like, they would be good on your vanilla team because they're good and they do good things, but there's something shit about them, you know?
I'm hoping, like, I'm telling you, as I've said it so many times in this podcast, Robert Woods will have a 75-yard touchdown and make it look boring. I don't know how he does it. I just always think it's like, oh, good scheme, fuck off.
Yeah.
You have no love for the game. It's like Mourinho getting a back post header. Always just raging it. You know what I mean? They have good players. They're all good players. Robert Woods is a great player. So is Cooper Kupp. I hope they don't bring Stafford in to do that shit. I hope they mix it up a bit. I'm sure Sean McVay will, and especially when he has Stafford. I'm pretty sure Sean McVay is more of a type of guy that was doing the schemes to fit Goff rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
But so hopefully that's what's happening.
The team is so stacked. You've got Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. On both sides of the ball, they are quite a good team.
Yeah.
I know Sean McVay is a good coach. However, they've lost quite a bit of their coaching staff in the off-season. So that, I mean, they're going kind of transitional there. Like, they've lost... oh my God, I'm drawing an absolute blank. He went to the Seahawks. He's now our new offensive coordinator. Shane Waldron. Waldron was their passing coach.
Okay.
Who we'll get on to him, but he's been tipped this week to be a head coach very soon.
There you go. Well, the LA Rams. Okay. They don't have running back committees are always dodgy. They never can.
Yeah, no. I'm not a big fan of them. The draft grade on the same Fox Sports article was a B-, so slightly better than the Cardinals got, but not an awful lot. I mean, it's hard because the Rams are similar to the Seahawks. They've never had a first round pick. Like they don't. They just fucking throw them out. I mean, they used their picks fairly well, to be fair. Like,
yeah.
So who cares about that? So an interesting team.
I just stand Kroenke. Hope they die. I hope they burn.
Yeah. For me, like, as a Seahawks fan, I mean, I obviously don't like them, but it always seems to be 1 win, 1 loss against them. So, like, whatever, really, at this point. The San Francisco 49ers are next. They have, I mean, they're going to look so different this year than they did the year before.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, their draft was pretty good. They did some good stuff. They got a quarterback, which is something they really needed. But more importantly than that, all their players are back and healthy.
Aye.
Like, they've got Bosa back. They're going to have, a healthy Kittle who wasn't, fully healthy all year. A lot of good stuff going on for them.
I'm the guy. I'm the boy. And I'm the guy. Here's a guy. I was the boy that said I think Trey Lance is going to be useless.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I think that I was saying that I was picking one. I was like, I bet you Trey Lance won't come on. He looks like a 15-year-old and plays like one. I bet you that he won't be ready for fucking years. So I reckon it's going to be Jimmy Garoppolo, which is all right, of course.
It will be Jimmy that starts.
Yeah, he is a good player and everything. That it is the defense is amazing and all those players back is a big thing. I'm just not sure about their offense anymore. I mean, if it's Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't know who their wide receivers are at the moment. It's just going to be like Deebo Samuel still. I can't figure out who they've lifted up. And they have a good few running backs, in fairness. They have a lot of running backs they keep making a committee when they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like they have like Raheem Mostert and stuff. I'm like, no, he's all right. He can do it all. Just let him go.
Yeah, he's very good. You're right about Trey Lance. Like, there's obviously question marks there because he has played a total of 17 games.
Like, that's just...
He's played 17 games.
Yeah. I mean,
None of them were against FBS opponent. I don't know what that means, but I'm reading it now out loud. What is an FBS opponent?
FBS.
Yes. It says
over 0.66 or some shit, is it? Or
this says the 49ers selected a quarterback with 17 college starts, none of them against an FBS opponent. See, this is where we need Mark. Mark is gone. I'm going to do it very quickly.
Must get into the college stuff. Don't ever do it.
FBS college football teams not playing. I don't know what that means. Listen, Mark, edit this out.
No.
So, yeah, he's 17 starts. It doesn't matter really at all. Like, anybody could look good in 17 games. You know,
yeah.
Aidan McGeady looked good for 17 games at Celtic. People can look good for that, and to jump up to NFL level of quarterback, I think it could go really badly for them.
I can't. I mean, yeah, I think it's a real dodgy one, and especially they've already now pissed off Jimmy Garoppolo with it all. You know, it just seems they've caused a lot of problems. I've noticed as well they've picked up Wayne Gallman to take over. So it's Raheem Mostert and Trey Sermon and Wayne Gallman, which is a little less thing, and Mostert's always injured. They have Jalen Hurd, they've got Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk and Travis Benjamin down lower in the thing, which good wide receivers, but not as good as like, I'm running for. Then again, it's Kittle's going to do all the.
He's going to do all the catching, and also Jimmy's not going to throw it as much as he can. Like they liked running it. That Super Bowl year when they were running it lots and they were getting lots of joy. You know, they weren't brilliant running backs they had, but they went off. Like you had Tevin Coleman and stuff.
Aye, exactly.
He was playing pretty well.
I don't know where Tevin went. He's gone anyway, but.
I did know, and I've totally forgot. Shit, who he's like? Who did he go to? The Jets. He went to the Jets.
Nah, Tevin Coleman's a Jet.
Yeah.
Well,
I knew it was something where you went, oh god.
Oh no. Great. Well, I mean, good team. I have my own opinions on them, but if try to be as unbiased about it as possible, they should be good. I mean, every team in this should be fucking good.
This is good. See, this division, I think, is probably the first one where the three of us, I don't know if Mark will maybe like send in his predictions or something. The three of us could say any order for this, and any of us could be right.
Aye, exactly. 100%.
So, who knows? Last, but by no means least, we go to the Seattle Seahawks, who had a grand total of 3 picks in the draft.
Yes.
Some people had more picks in the first round than the Seahawks had overall.
It's so grim for you watching it.
You know what? The people they did add were good. You know, I was fairly happy enough with it. We got another wide receiver to help out DK and Tyler.
Okay.
We got what was the guy that he had? Stone Forsyth. Who,
yes.
You know, for a 6th round pick was fine.
Yeah, because I was looking for him for the Steelers at one stage, and he was projected to be well before that. I am pretty sure.
Yeah.
So that, you know.
But I mean, like, Jesus Christ, Stone Forsyth. They're still waiting to, you know, shoot up Jamal Adams. I think that's probably coming soon.
Yeah.
We picked up Gabe Jackson, and you know, we re-signed Carlos Dunlap as well. So
good stuff.
It's an interesting team, and I'll tell you for why. Because the start of last year, offensively, unbelievable. Probably the top offense in the league for the first half.
Yeah.
And then that went to shit. And like the problem was they couldn't defend in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
They kept giving up like 40 points. And then at the end of the season, we started defending unbelievably well, which was good because the offense was terrible.
Shite.
It was broken. So, if we could get all of that to work together this year, who knows what would happen? Will it happen? Don't know. We've got Shane Waldron as our new offensive coordinator, who, you know, everyone's been talking up in Seattle. There was a former, I think it was, I heard this on the Seahawks Nest podcast. They were talking about a journalist from the LA Rams, who said I think he's going to be a head coach in the next year or 2 years tops. He's that good. So,
Excellent. Well,
who knows?
Right. So what odds do you want to put this in then? Like I just think Russell Wilson. It's all on Russell. I don't know if they make him. If they let Russell cook, if they just let him cook, if they put a wee Joe Wicks in front of him and go on ahead and do what you need to do, son. Otherwise, if it's this Shane Waldron dude keeps doing what he does, if he was doing that run catch shit that he was doing in Los Angeles, then basically, then absolutely put you bottom of the table, to be honest. That's sort of, but I don't think you are the worst team, no.
No.
The problem is the worst team here would definitely get through the playoffs in most other leagues. Definitely. Easily.
Yeah.
So
Seattle kind of need to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
For the Jamal Adams trade to be worthwhile.
Right. Perfect.
So that's like the need, and that's the only hope I have for this season is we make the playoffs. That's it. Happy at that.
Okay.
But I mean, they're not far away from making a Super Bowl run either.
No, they're not.
They're only a couple of pieces away. So who knows? So for order, do you want to go first or will I?
I'll go first. Sure, why not? Right. So I think in terms of winning the division, I am going to go with the Rams. I'll go with the fucking LA Rams.
Interesting, very interesting.
And I'm fucking like raging about it. I'm only going to go for that, and the fact that if McVay goes with Stafford, I think everything will just be much better. It was their weakest part. And they've made it better. That's the only way I'll do it. And they're boring, and they know how to grind out wins, and they're horrible, and I'll hate them, and I think they'll win. I'm going to make a judgment call here and say that the Cardinals are going to come second in this group.
Okay.
I think that they might be. I think they are going to either draw record-wise or beat Seattle. So I'm just going to put them second because that's where I have the gut instinct of just better. Basically, I'm only doing it on better defenders, better defense, really.
Yeah.
Is what I'm going for, and just going like, well, maybe they'll make whatever. I should look at the schedule. It would probably have a lot to do with this actual division if you go for each team's schedules. I'm going to get Seattle third, who are going to be very close. Who are going to be very close to, I think it's going to be very close overall. I mean, I think there's going to be like 2 or 3 wins separating all these people.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put San Fran to crumble again.
And put them in fourth?
I mean, that's a brave one considering I think they are favourites for this group.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. I'm going to go with...
Right. These are going to be good.
Seattle in first place.
Yes, good man.
Seattle will win the division.
There we
go on to win the Super Bowl.
There we go.
Second, I've got the Cardinals as well.
Yeah.
I think they could become good. I don't know though.
I'll tell you. Do you want me to tell you what the bookies' odds are in these?
Yeah, go on then.
And this is in the things they have it. This is the order they have it in. They have it the 49ers to win the group.
Yeah.
They have it very narrowly ahead of the Rams. Then there's like another drop off to the Seahawks, and then plus 600, like a fair bit off. They have the Cardinals in last place.
I mean, that could be it as well.
It's just mad. You could have that team of the Cardinals and have them at plus 600 to be last.
I'm going to go Seattle.
Okay.
Cardinals. 49ers. And I think the Cardinals and 49ers is going to be 1-1 between the two.
Yep. That's.
And last, I'm going to have the Rams. I think if there's a team that could lose the division, it's the Rams.
So this is great. So you've Rams last, and I have Rams winning.
Yeah, that's so. When you said that, I was like, "Oh, interesting."
Here we go. So I have Rams to win it, and then I have Rams to win it. It's like right, and we have Seattle. But the problem is, it's such a hard one to guess. You're sitting there going like, Somebody could just come up to me and go, did you just say that the 49ers are going to come last in that group? And I'm like, aye, but it's not real. It's not real last. They're not going to Jets it, you know?
Yeah.
They'll probably end up with a winning record.
Exactly. It's so weird. And the other thing that we've kind of not spoke about loads on the podcast is there's the extra game this year.
Yeah, exactly. That adds
so there's an extra game for every team, which changes things quite a lot, to be fair.
Here's the way I would say it. I can't see any team in that division not getting 7 wins.
Yeah.
That's the way I'll put it. Like it's going to end up where one of them's going to have like 10 or 11, and then it's going to be like 8, and then 7.
Yeah, it's it's such an interesting one.
More.
Well, this is it. Like that's. I mean, you're saying 8 wins there, but I can't see Seattle getting anything less than double figures.
Okay. Well, then again, I've never really seen Seattle not get 10 wins, just in general. Even when they're kind of dodgy, it's like, they'll still chip it out.
They just, get it out. Mark has sent us his predictions.
Oh, hope.
Like you, he thinks that the Rams are going to win.
Oh, God, now I really wish I'd take it back.
He thinks that the Seahawks are going to be second in the division. Okay. He has the Cardinals at third and the 49ers at fourth.
Well, so me and
similar to you,
me and Mark basically have the same thing, because I even said like second and third is going to be either a draw basically or divided by a point. So, all right, well there you go. He's 49ers last too.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like I said at the start, you could put these teams in any order and roll the dice. If you are listening to the podcast and you're a betting person, do not bet on this league.
Never do that.
Don't bet on this league, because who knows? It could change every week.
The only thing you bet on is tight ends to score any time. That's all you do. Take the tight end on each team and bet on that. Make it a double. They're always at 2-1. I don't know why. It's as if nobody watches the NFL. They're like 2-1. That's 10-1 if them two get it. Like, what, Kittle and fucking Zach Ertz to get a touchdown each game? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
roll
crazy.
It.
Same with running backs. Like a running back is almost guaranteed to get a touchdown every game.
Even if they're pish.
And British bookies still have them at like evens.
Aye, like as if it's fucking Riyad Mahrez to score.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff.
So yeah, that's probably shaping up to be one of the most exciting divisions in the NFL. So, and we're not far away. I seen it the other day.
Yeah, seen little countdowns. Are you?
I am. It was. I think something tweeted the other day. It was like 66 days, and I can't remember when that was. It's September. It starts, isn't it?
Aye.
So I mean, yeah, we're not far away. 6th of. Oh wait, no, pre-season. I was like 6th of August.
I'm starting to get real nervous now about this. What the fuck the Steelers are doing? Because I'm sitting there going, great, and we just have to fill in the holes, and I'm like, they haven't made a single move yet in a long time. Unless Tomlin's going to come out, I'm just petrified. Tomlin's going to come out and go, Swiss cheese has many holes, but it's still nice, and I'll be like, what? get linesmen, please. So yeah, starting to get nervous now.
Yeah. We're going to wrap things up there. Thank you so much for listening. We are going to go and record a Patreon episode where we're going to be discussing which former player we think would do the best in the NFL. That was a question tweeted out by the NFL this week. It comes after...
They're also struggling for content.
Yeah. Well, no, do you know why they've tweeted that out? Who was it? There was a former running back recently. God, let me find his name.
Is this Bo Jackson?
Yes, it was Bo Jackson.
Is this Bo Jackson? He
said he would fucking dominate the current game.
Would he? Okay. I saw Bo Jackson tweet today saying because he had averaged 5.5 yards a carry and also hit like something 300 home runs in the same year and played in the MLB and the NFL the one year, 1989.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? He could just do both. Like,
yeah, it's insane. But yeah, he said that he would... he was like, I would absolutely fucking dominate the game.
I love that.
He said his claim was something mad though. It was like he said he'd get like 300 yards a game, but he basically said if I was playing now, I would get 5,000 yards this season.
Fair play to him.
It was so nuts. But I mean, yeah. So we're going to be talking about
that's usually reserved for delusional men, but that's actually a player that's already played in the NFL. It's going like I'd rinse that league.
Yeah, I love when players say that because it's so disrespectful to everyone playing just now. The user all shite.
Aye.
So we're going to be speaking about that over on Patreon. You can join our Patreon by searching Clue and Oblivious on the website, and it's £5 a month. You get an extra podcast. You get to join the Discord. You can come in there and we have a chat about all things. That's where we first found out about Barcavius Mingo being a pedo.
Aye.
So yeah, thank you to our Discord for that.
You get merch as well over on podcastmerch.co.uk. I got a jumper the last day, a grey jumper. I didn't put my face on it because I thought that would be a bit much. And I tell you, hey, it's warm. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm so shocked that it's actually good.
Yeah, I was impressed by the quality. Me and Ryan did a gig together, and he was wearing it. Also, big shout out to Ashley Garrett, who won our Dolphins fungi jersey after the fantasy football. That's another thing to do. If you join the Patreon, you can get into our fantasy football league and be like Ashley, who came to watch me and Cullen do a gig in Leeds wearing his Dolphins jersey with fungi on the back.
In a barn.
In a barn, yeah. Story for another time. But thank you, everyone, for your support. Please rate us 5 stars wherever you get your podcasts. Have a great week, and we'll see you next one.
Clear and Oblivious was produced by Mark Thompson. Images are by Joe McTiernan, and the music is by Steve Bull.